Hey everyone, welcome back to another Sports with Words video. Today I am going to be talking about the two World Junior semifinals that took place last night and the finals that are going to be happening tonight. So basically last night, Canada played Russia in the first semifinal matchup. I'm going to be talking about that, and then the U.S. played Finland in the second matchup. The first period, Canada looked really good. I mean, the defense looked really solid. They were coming back on plays. They were holding it down pretty well. They were being patient. They weren't letting any shots get through. And then the forwards kind of took care of business. They got off to that quick 3-goal lead, I believe, and they kind of rode that momentum for the rest of the period. They played their defensive game. It helps when you're not letting a lot of shots in and the defense can shut it down pretty much. Every single line was playing good. They had Schneider, Drysdale, Byram all playing really well. Drysdale made a huge play to get back in the middle of the period when Russia had a breakaway and could have scored on them and could have changed the whole game. First period, they got off to a great lead. Second period, the starting of it was a little boring. There wasn't really that much going on. Then the ending was really exciting as Russia actually managed to score. They had one of their guys they were kind of sitting at the line. One of their guys tried to bring the puck in, and he had his foot and both feet inside the zone as the puck was behind him passing the blue line. They reviewed it. They called back the Russians' goal, which gave Canada the momentum back again. It kind of killed any momentum Russia was trying to build at that point. A couple minutes later, at the end of the second, Cousins gets a penalty shot where he gets kind of hooked up on the hands as he's going in. The goalie makes a nice save, and then on the penalty shot, he makes another nice save with his toe as Cousins goes in to try to dangle him out. So Canada's still in control pretty much the whole game up to this point, but a couple nice saves there. They kept it close. Then third period, they kind of just, at this point, it was 4-0, I believe. So they kind of fallen into their rhythm. The pace was a little slower. Russia was obviously still pushing, hoping for a miracle comeback, but against a team like Canada, it's just pretty much too hard when the team's that good. I just wanted to talk about Levi. I mean, I started my first video, I said the only questionable thing is the goaltending, and he pretty much has been great the whole time. I'm pretty sure he has more shutouts than goals given up in the entire tournament, which is insane when you think about that. He has a great team in front of him. I'm not going to lie. They've blown out pretty much every team, but he's been really solid back there. He gobbles up the puck. I feel like we haven't seen this in a while where a goalie who gets drafted really late gets put into a great spot being the goalie, unproven for Team Canada on a great team, and then takes it and runs. So it's great to see that. But yeah, Team Canada looking really good. Moving on, the U.S.-Finland game. I watched this game afterwards. There was the late game. This game was a little more close. There was a lot of moments in this game that were also interesting. Zegras tried the lacrosse goal in the first period. The U.S. they're not getting a ton of pressure because Finland plays that game where they can kind of gobble you up. They don't let you quit. They don't just play defensive. They'll go after you the whole game. But after a bit of pressure near the end of the period, Turcotte puts one in for U.S., and then they kind of look like they're building the momentum, and then Finland comes back, and they start pounding the net. They get a power play, and then they score and tie it up. So it's 1-1 after the first. Second period, lots of neutral zone play to start out. Like I said, Finland just anytime U.S. tries to enter the zone, just attack them pretty much, not let them even come in to get shots, which is kind of where U.S. was looking like they had strength. It was when they were able to get into the offensive zone, work the puck around. They got a lot of good offensive players on that team, obviously, but they weren't getting a lot of shots. And then finally, they score with 4 minutes left on a breakaway. Beautiful pass by Lacombe up the middle to Farinaki, I think, and he had 2 goals in the quarterfinals, and it was a huge goal to put U.S. up ahead. And then a 4-minute major by Finland in that same ending of the second period, U.S. scores again to make it 3-1. So it kind of looked like U.S. had the momentum going into the third. Finland did have that comeback against Sweden, so no one really counted them out, but we didn't know if we had it in them again. But they did, funny enough. Finland pushing to start the period. U.S. gets a delay game penalty, probably feeling the pressure, puts it over the glass. No whistles for a while. I believe there was 7 minutes of play in the middle of the period where there was no whistles. Finland scores with 8 minutes and 22 seconds left. They had great pressure. They were all over the U.S. at this point. The U.S. could forget about getting a shot. They were just trying to get it over their end. And then they tie it up with 3:43 left. Finns, like I said, the Finns were pressuring. They were not letting a lot of shots get through. And then with 1:16 left, U.S. gets pressure for like a minute. Like they were in their the whole third period. They had it tied up 3-3. The comeback had been done. And then the U.S. goes down and gets like one good chance. And he sniped it. And then with 13 seconds left, Matt Boldy, he gets down for a big block shot. Boldy's been good. I believe he's a wild prospect. He had that second period power play goal at the end of the period to make it 3-1. So that was a huge goal for Team USA. He went to the locker room, got stitches, came out, played hard in the third, and then blocked a huge shot with 13 seconds left. He had like all the players dapping him up and cheering on the bench. It was a huge play. U.S. runs out the clock, and we get Canada versus U.S. in the finals. This is one of the teams Canada hasn't played already. I was kind of happy to see U.S. win because they've already beat Finland. Canada looks really solid. I mean, they don't have a lot of holes, and I'm not trying to be biased or anything, obviously, but they have a team that's probably the best they've looked in a while. Last year was a lot more nerve-wracking, it seemed, in the games than this year. Their goaltending's at 100% confidence. Levi wants it. He's playing good. That'll be a huge part for them as something that came into the tournament as a little sketchy. To fill that up is great. U.S. obviously riding the momentum of the scoring with 1:13 left. They believe they can do it. Canada hasn't played U.S. Like I said, this will be their final test. And if they could win, I mean, they have to be considered one of the best World Junior teams. I mean, they've dominated this tournament pretty much from the start. They haven't had any sketchy experiences. They haven't been behind in any game yet for 1 second. So we'll see. My final prediction, Canada winning 4-3. I think there's going to be a decent amount of goals. There's too much talent on the ice, but U.S. will definitely not go away. So that is it. That is the final prediction. Thank you guys for watching another video. I will see you soon.